Hello everybody, welcome to Lighthearted Life and Collectibles. Today's video is going to be featuring these two sweethearts. This is Isadora. She is my Rocky sculpt by Sylvia and Paul Silas, who is Ephram by Melody Hess. So we're going to do a little topic while I change these two tonight. So I just wanted to talk to you about something called hobby shaming, and do you experience it? Two types of hobby shaming I want to talk about that goes on within the doll community, especially the Reborn community. I feel like other types of dolls are more accepted on the outside, and by the outside I mean people who are not collectors. I'm going to discuss this while changing the babies. So there's two types of shaming that I feel like goes on, and that's shaming outside the hobby from non-collectors and shaming within the hobby from other collectors who maybe collect differently from you or have different opinions than you. We're going to start off with Paul Silas. He has not been changed in a really long time, so I thought I would change him. And Isadora, I haven't shown them much attention lately since I've gotten new dolls in, so I figured I would change them and do a topic video all at the same time. I'm going to change little Paul Silas into this cute little puppy dog outfit and these little shoes. And he's going to have these socks and this little puppy dog lovey that holds a pacifier. So he's just going to have a puppy dog thing going on while we talk about things that people can shame you about outside the hobby. One of the things that I have found that people outside the hobby will try to shame anyone inside the hobby with, and this is from my personal experience. You know, I don't know about yours, but you may have experienced something familiar when someone will message you about where to get these dolls, how much they are, and then you tell them and they go to the artist page or whatever, they're like, that's just too much money to spend on a doll. And you know, I've had that said a few times. So one thing I find that helps when I come in contact with someone who feels that way is I just try to explain to them that we all spend money. We just spend it in different ways. Like, for instance, if they're on their way to work, they might stop at the coffee shop and get a $5 coffee. Well, you do that 5 days a week, you've spent $25 just on coffee before you go to work in the mornings. I don't do that. You know, I don't. First of all, I'm a stay-at-home wife. But secondly, I don't stop off every morning at the coffee shop and buy $5 coffee. Even when I did work, I kept that kind of spending to a minimum, really. And so, like I said, you do that for a week, that's $25. And then something else that someone may spend money on that I don't is eating out for lunch. If you go out for lunch every day, you know, because you're at work and you don't take a lunch along, then let's just say you get a value meal at McDonald's, which is roughly around $10. So you got your $10 meal, and if you ate out for lunch every day, let's just say that you work a 5-day-a-week, 40-hour-a-week job. Then 5 days a week, you've spent $50 in a week just at $10 per day. And then if you have any type of habits like smoking or anything like that, vaping or whatever, but let's just say it's cigarettes and you smoke. You know, cigarettes are what, $7 a pack? Some people smoke a pack a day. Not everybody does, but you know, you can make a pack last longer. But let's just say if you smoke a pack a day, then you've already spent, in a week's time, let's do 7 days, because you know, if you do it every day, then you've spent $49 on cigarettes. So when I explain it to people like that, that kind of helps them to understand, because I'm like, I don't spend money on that, so I take some money and put it back for hobby money. So that's per week. You know, when you add it up per week, that's going to equal $124 a week that I don't spend. And if you stretch that out for a month, that's $496 a month that I don't spend on stuff like that. You know, you consider your mad money that you can spend on whatever you like. And that's great. If you like to spend your money on the coffee and you like to eat out for lunch every day, and if, you know, you do smoke or vape or whatever the case may be, and you want to buy a pack of cigarettes a day or whatever, then that's totally up to you. That's what you like to spend your money on. But we as doll collectors, I know I don't spend anywhere near that a month on dolls. $496 a month? Never. I don't spend that each month on a doll. So it's just all on how you look at it. And another thing, an argument or whatever that someone may come up with, is that you need to grow up. You know, dolls are for kids. I've heard that before too. Like that's literally been something that has been said to me on a personal level. And so if you're ever faced with that and you just don't know what to say, or it's making you feel ashamed, don't feel ashamed about it. Because dolls, there's so many benefits to dolls that can help people of all ages, including adults. I mean, dolls help to reduce anxiety. They give you something to focus on, like when you're having an anxious episode or whatever, like I will have from time to time. Getting one of my dolls and dressing them, you know, brushing their little hair or whatever, that gives me something to focus on at the moment, so that my anxiety is not just shooting out the top of my head. You know what I mean? So it gives you something to focus on when you really need it. And dolls can be used for therapy, you know, for whatever reasons. I mean, dolls can be great icebreakers. I can bring out a doll and I get a million questions asked about the doll. You know, people are asking me, where did you get it? And oh my goodness, it looks so real. You know, they're very intrigued and fascinated with it. You can hand a doll to a dementia patient that's being combative, and it's going to calm them down. You know why? Because their nurturing side is going to kick in. It's like, because it looks so realistic, it's going to help to calm them down. And, you know, you wouldn't be combative if you were holding a baby and you give them this realistic baby, and it totally calms them down. And they're no longer feeling like they need to do whatever type of behavior they were exhibiting. They were anxious, they were upset, and that was the only way that they knew to get it across. He will take a passy, y'all. You can put the passy right in his mouth. Isn't that neat? Also, these dolls, they can comfort a grieving parent after the loss of a child. It can lessen the effects of social anxiety. Having dolls will often have us join in groups and sharing this hobby with other people. So it actually helps to bring people out of that. It's more than just being shy. It's like that withdrawn feeling. This gives them a common ground with other people. You know, you're there with other doll collectors. You feel safe. So you share and you talk with them. And it really does help with social anxiety. So you see, there's not necessarily an age limit that you can put on those things. So therefore, you can't do it with the dolls either. Dolls help all those things. So people can experience anxiety and PTSD and loss and all that at any age. And then you're going to have people on the outside are going to say that's just strange or that's just weird. But really anything that's unfamiliar, they're going to say that about it. But different is not bad. We should celebrate differences. People are different. People vary in size, height, weight, eye color, skin tone, hair color, preferences, like what's your favorite color, what's your favorite scent, what do you like to eat, you know, lifestyles, religious beliefs, and hobbies. So you see, we have to accept that we're all different and just move on. It's okay for us not to all like the same thing. Okay, so now we've got little Isadora, and she's going to help us with the next point of the topic, and that is shaming from within the hobby. So while we talk about that, I'm going to be putting this cute little romper on her. It is so sweet. I can't wait to get this on her. It is a size 3 to 6 months. I'm not really sure of the brand name, but I absolutely love it. It's one of those patterns that clash, but they clash in a good way. Like Shelby said on her video the other day, clashing is good. So this is, I think this may be a Matilda Jane, I'm not sure, or a Matilda Jane-like outfit. But they're always clashing these patterns together. There's polka dots, stripes, flowers, lace, bows, you name it, it's on there. So we're going to put that little outfit on her with these little kitty cat socks. We might as well clash some more with some polka dots with pink. And these little white Velcro shoes. They're like an off-white, actually. They're like a alabaster. So we're going to do that. And we're just going to talk about ways that people within the hobby might shame others. And I've been guilty of doing this myself, but I won't be doing it anymore. Shaming for money spent on their dolls, their accessories, or the lack of money spent. Now, I have never been guilty of shaming someone for lack of money spent, but I have been guilty of not really shaming, like going to them and saying, shame on you, but I would just be like, oh, I would never spend that kind of money on a doll's outfit or this or that and the other. And once again, I mean, that was me kind of having double standards, and I'll admit that because I'm a thrifty person. I'm that person that looks for a good deal. I like things that are pretty and nice, but, you know, I'll buy that outfit that looks like the more expensive outfit. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's a Carter's or Gerber Organic versus a more expensive brand. I don't even know what the expensive brands are because I don't buy them. Kate Quinn. Let's just say Kate Quinn. I know that's a more expensive baby brand. So let's just go with that. You know, we'll just say Kate Quinn. But people just spend differently. Some buy thrift store, some buy brand new, some buy bargain brands like I just mentioned, some buy high end. Some people, when it comes to their dolls, they only buy from prototype artists or master artists. And then some will buy from new fairly new artists or professional artists, you know, that maybe they've been reborn in a long time, but they just haven't been recognized as a master artist or haven't been asked to do a prototype or anything. So no matter where you get your accessories from, where you get your dolls from, it's okay. There should not be any shame in it. And within the hobby, we should definitely support each other. I'm a person, I love to find things secondhand. This little outfit I'm putting on her is secondhand. I will go to a thrift shop and oh my goodness, I feel like I am in heaven. I really do. Like, it is just, I'm in heaven when I go into a place like that. I cannot help it. I absolutely love it. Because you just never know what type of treasures you're going to find. And believe you me, there's always a treasure to find in a thrift store. So no matter how you spend, the last thing we should do is shame anyone on their personal finances, whether they can spend a little or a lot. You know? That's how I feel. So the next point under shaming inside the hobby that I feel like we all do is shaming people on their level of roleplay. Everybody roleplays in this hobby. Everyone. Even people who think they don't roleplay, roleplay. They do, on some level. The levels of roleplay include naming our nursery. How many has a name for their nursery? Artists do it all the time, you know. And we do it here making channels and stuff. We come up with a name for our nursery. Another way of role-playing, we say we adopted the doll versus saying we purchased the doll. We do photography with props like fake formula bottles and blankets and toys and realistic baby furniture. Like, this is a real baby chair here. You know, once again, got it at a thrift store. I am going to recover this part because the jungle theme just doesn't go with my nursery. So I'm going to cover it in like a neutral fabric that will go with anything. But yeah, you got your real baby furniture. And then you've actually got role-play videos where people will act out little scenarios. And it's kind of like a movie, like what you would go to a movie to see. It's all for entertainment purposes. So when we go watch a movie, we don't think the people, I'm putting it on the wrong foot. We don't think the people that are starring in the movie think they're really those characters. We know that they are acting and that they are entertaining us. And so that is what a lot of collectors like to do with their roleplay videos. It's for entertainment. Isadora, what have I got going on with your shoe? Oh, her Velcro is sticking to her sock. And I just spoke to my doll. I know she can't speak back, but it's just something that you do. We speak to our pets too, and we know they can't talk back either. But yeah, I mean, the people in the movie know they're not actually those characters, and they're playing a role. That's what they're doing, and that's what we do if we role play with our babies with pictures, videos, and all that. And a third way that some collectors may feel differently about, that, you know, they don't like it, maybe they feel some type of way, is if we take our dolls out. Some people don't like that. They feel like that's a no-no, you know, because maybe they feel like they're a more private person and they may keep their dolls under cover, under wraps, so to speak. And so they feel like us taking our dolls out affects them and their privacy in some way. But that's, you know, that's up to them. If they want to be private and they don't want to take their dolls out, that's absolutely fine. And then you've got some people who like to take their dolls with them. I'm one of those who like to do that. I like to take my dolls out for multiple reasons, but one of the main reasons I do it is if I'm feeling really anxious. And so if I'm having a hard time with anxiety, then yes, I will take a doll with me to help keep me calm. And me, personally, I feel like it's a good thing for the hobby to take the dolls out because it helps to educate people on our doll hobby and the therapeutic values and the value of enjoying a hobby in general. So whether you're that collector that feels like it's a good thing to take our dolls out, or whether you're the collector that feels like it makes things too public, our hobby is still ours, and it's our prerogative to feel how we feel about how we choose to celebrate our hobby. I like to use the word celebrate. I celebrate my hobby. I don't just participate. I love it. It is joyful to me. So that being said, you've got Isadora looking all cute right here. I'm going to close this video. I'm going to get Paul Silas and put him next to her and get you up close so you can see them both in their cute little outfits so I can close. So there they are, all up close for you to see. Aren't they so cute? Oh my goodness, they're so cute. So I guess in closing, I would like to say, regardless of how you personally feel, just remember, there should never be any shame in your hobby game. Enjoy your hobby. Peace out, everyone. I wish you joy, peace, and happiness in all you do.